baby, don't snooze. It's on your back, cause they hate you. Dog break through, son get through, but don't break. Sean, what up? Yeah, Stone, what up? My style been versatile. I used to live wild, I'm calm now. Building with Sean Stone and beans in the bean. Where I first learned to be who I'm destined to be. The truest MC, my attitude been green like a leprechaun. Now I've been a seminar since I learned how to spell a bar. Message all like a carrier. I go raw like caviar. I'm loyal like Salazar. Rest in peace to Chi-Chi. I'm heavy duty though. Up in the studio, I'm too hot like Julio. Who is niggas fooling, yo? I'm the youngest in charge, the nicest in my generation. When I'm writing my songs, living on when I'm on what?
Calm my nerves, used to pitch piff outside on curbs, a million words couldn't justify, let the traffic merge. Major verbs addicted to the life, couldn't be disturbed. Sean's a nerd, but he know a half a key, a half a bird. One shot, neighbors called the cops, now we building blocks. Adolescents, tears fall down when the castle drops. You could call it sticks, call it broom, okay, let's call it mops. 200 years ago, in the field they picking crops. Now we betting props, cashing out, let the people talk. Grown man shit, nowadays let's invest in stocks. Mixtapes and metaphors, heartfelt album drop, calm your nerves.
Yo, yo, Stoney, you're muted, bro. Can't hear you.
Oh,
You
damn.
can't, yeah, man. You've
Ah,
been muted the whole time, fam. I've been texting you. I've been saying, yo, you're muted. You're muted. You ain't watching the chat. You gotta watch the chat, man. You've been muted
oh,
that whole
damn.
time. That whole time you've been muted, fam. And my fault,
Damn,
guys.
son.
It's Mr. Beans here, man. I'm traveling in the car trying to hustle
Ah,
and bustle through things, man. Yo, it's like you gotta start all over, fam. I was watching it and I popped in. I was like, wait a minute. He's muted. And I was like, mate, nah, maybe it's my phone. Maybe it's my phone. I shut
yeah,
it
cause
off.
I just went, you know what? I pressed play and I just let it rip, man. I didn't even think of the mic. Damn, man. And I was saying some good shit too.
I know you was. I seen you, you talking, you going at it. I'm like, damn, this dude don't even know he's muted. But
Oh,
it's all good.
damn.
It's all good. It's all good.
It's all good.
It's
It
all good. I
happens,
said, yo, let
man.
me. It
It
happens.
happens.
A technical difficulty. Technical
Yeah, I've
difficulty.
watched
That's
shows
cool.
where it was. It's all good, man.
It's all
Was
good,
good, man.
man.
Or you hustling to the house?
I'm hustling to the crib, man. I had a couple things, man. Going on. Today's wedding anniversary. Didn't even forgot about. Not that I forgot. I was kind of like behind on what I was supposed to be doing. You know what I mean? Like, the normal red wedding anniversary, the flowers and all this other stuff, and I
Right.
kind of left work late. So yeah, it is what it is, though. Family stuff, you know what it is. It's family stuff. So now I'm in the truck trying to get on this highway and get home, But I say, yo, I can't leave you hanging. I ain't even see that Stack said he couldn't make it for tonight's show. So when I seen you on there on your own, I said, nah, I gotta jump in and help my man out. He don't even know that he's muted. So yeah,
Yeah,
man.
man. It's all
Yeah,
good, son. It's
dog.
all good, man.
Nah, it's
Listen. You
all
got.
good, man. That's what the team does. We try to help make sure we keep each other, you know.
Well, you know what happened? Because I was playing that song, so I left it on media assets. I left it on that. I didn't put it back to comments.
Right, right, right,
That's what
right.
happened. But it's all good, man. We're gonna keep it moving.
Yeah. So what's going on, man? I seen you, but I can't. And I know you had some topics on your mind there.
Yeah, man. I got into tonight's game, and I was talking about how it's a big game, both 11-3. The Rams won the first matchup, but I think the Seahawks, man,
Oh yeah,
they're in a good revenge
tonight's
spot.
game. Yeah,
Right. They
yeah.
good. I feel like this is a revenge spot for them, man. They're at home. The Rams are missing Devontae Adams. So, I was getting into that and how I like the Seahawks and
Right,
yeah,
right, right,
man.
right. I like the Rams too, but Devontae Adams put up some touchdowns for them this year. So now
Yeah,
having him is kind of like
but he's hurt.
less of
So
a yeah. See, yeah.
yeah, so that red zone, the red zone, his red zone target is gonna be out. So because he loves going to Devontae in the red zone, man. He be killing them in the red zone. So
Right, right.
so that it's gonna be interesting, man. But yeah, I like the Seahawks tonight too. It's gonna be tight, man. It's a pick 'em pretty much. Like I think the
Yeah,
Seahawks
they play they
by
play
one and a
each other
half.
pretty good. They play each other pretty good though. Tell you the truth, they do.
Yeah, so yeah,
You know.
man. Um, it's gonna be a great game tonight, man. And it ain't a big deal if any either of them lose because they're like so up there in the standings. But I know they want that number one spot. Who doesn't? They got to get that home field advantage.
Right, right, right.
So
I I I I like what the Rams has been doing all season. Um, if Nakua is playing, yo, I give the Rams got a shot, man. And this is a divisional game for them. They're in the same
yeah,
division.
yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. This
they
is
always
divisional.
they always duke it out. They always duke it out, and then you got I think y'all said that San Fran is right there with them. So
Yeah. This is for the number one spot right now. This is the number one and number two team in the NFC right now going at it. They happen to be in the same division, so yeah, this is the game of the year. This is what they calling it. This is the game of the year.
Right.
And I was about to get into the Bears Packers, man. Man, I was going in on that one, boy. That's gonna be a good game as well. And I think the Bears, this is their opportunity. This is their chance right here because the Packers they lost Parsons.
Yep.
One of they
lost
Christian
one of the
Watson. They
Yep,
wide receiver Christian
yep.
Watson. Right.
Yep.
So they're at home.
They limping right now.
Yep. And the Bears, they're at home. So they taste blood right now. And I think this is their time to really take a stranglehold in that division.
Right,
So
right.
I'm looking forward to that game. That game's on Saturday, so I'm really looking forward to that.
Oh, Saturday games are starting up this week?
Yeah, it's 2 games on Saturday, man. You got the Eagles and Commanders. Eagles at Commanders, and then you got the Packers at the Bears.
Ooh,
yeah, the Saturday games are jumping off because the season's about to end, so they're gonna throw a couple of Saturday games on there.
That's right. I keep forgetting the Saturday games are coming up, man. That's a nice weekend, man. Like, starting Thursday, yeah, you get a little break on Friday, but then Saturday and Sunday, man, and then to really cap off the end of the season and get the playoffs warmed up. Right. That's a nice look. Cause I some people will call it overkill, but I always like that Saturday games this late in the season. I always thought that was a nice little thing that the NFL threw in there. You know what I mean? So I'm looking forward to that, man, to watch, especially that Chicago Green Bay game, man. Even though Parsons in there, Chicago, like you said, Chicago could be really making some kind of noise.
Yeah, man, they playing some good football right now, man. They feeling they building this chemistry, man. The coach got them believing. Caleb Williams, he looked like he got his groove. He's not turning over the ball as much. He's making good plays, smart decisions. That rookie's coming along, Manun guy, that running back, he's doing his thing, man. So they got the 2-headed monster in the backfield. Man, they coming along. The Bears are coming along, man. And every time, as a team, every time you win, man, all it does is build confidence. You build confidence. You got that momentum going, man, and the team's playing with a lot of heart, man, and fire. So, yeah, man, I like the Bears. I like the Bears on Saturday.
Yeah, I kind of feel like the Bears is like you said, one of them teams like the Patriots going from worst to first, and they got a good momentum going. Like you said, look, last week was our game to keep that momentum going with the 11-3 record, type of thing. And this week is theirs because they facing one of their divisional rivals, and we faced the divisional rival. Even though it didn't work out for us, we hung in there. We boxed with them, but we didn't finish the game. But this is their turn. Same thing. The Bears is going to get the opportunity to box with their divisional rival and put people on notice that the Bears are finally arrived, type of thing.
Right.
Everybody's been watching, because everybody's been watching, Green Bay, Detroit. You see what I'm saying? Especially in like that, in that division area, and nobody's paying attention to the Bears. So the Bears are like, yo, we're coming for y'all.
And they are, man. They definitely coming, man. And they this is the opportunity for them to show that on Saturday, and I think they're going to too. I think they're gonna make a statement.
Right.
Packers, man, they beat up, man. Why not? I mean, if they wasn't so beat up, then okay, it's a different story, man. But when you lose Parsons, Watson, they got a couple of other injuries on that roster. They beat up the Packers. Then they're going from. Think about it. It's like a short turnaround. They're going from Denver, now they're going to Chicago. Man, that's a tough back to back for them.
a tough swing type of thing.
Exactly. So
Yeah,
it's definitely gonna, make it difficult for the Packers, man, to go in there and get a win. I love the Bears. I think the Bears are gonna, and remember the Bears, they played Green Bay a couple of weeks ago and they lost on the last possession. They was doing their thing in Green Bay for a little bit, but then Green Bay scored in the end, and then the Bears was driving and they threw an interception in the red zone with a chance to tie the game. So the Bears were there, even in Green Bay. The Bears were in it,
right, right.
So I think, of course, once again, they got that game on their mind. They know that this is the big dog. And the big dog is coming is coming to visit, and you got the big dog right where you want them. They injured, they beat up,
Right, they nicked
the
up.
guys
Yeah,
are nicked up, man. They wounded. You got to take advantage of that. So yeah,
yep,
I
yep,
like the Bears, man.
yeah.
Yeah, man. And then
So what else is going on in out there? I know
yeah,
this is week 16, so
oh
what
yeah, we
else you
got,
got
but
popping?
I mean, not only we got week 16, we got the college football playoffs, man. The first
Oh,
round coming
that's
up
right, the first
tomorrow.
round. Right.
Tomorrow, man, and man, it's gonna start off. It's gonna start off with Miami, Texas A&M. That's gonna be a good game. Then we got Tulane, Ole Miss, James
Oh
Madison,
yeah,
and
two good.
Oregon.
Those are two
Oh no,
good
no, no,
games,
but
man.
my bad. So those games that I just mentioned, that's on Saturday.
That's
Tomorrow
Saturday.
we have Alabama and Oklahoma tomorrow to set it off. That's the first college football playoff game. That's the first
Alabama,
one. That's
Oklahoma.
right, tomorrow, Alabama, Oklahoma. Then those other games are on Saturday, the other ones that I mentioned just a little while ago. But this game tomorrow, man, they're
Right.
gonna set it off nice. These are two great teams, man. They're gonna go at it, man. This is definitely gonna be, one of those defensive games. Man, I gotta ride Bama, man. I'm gonna ride Bama tomorrow.
Mm.
This
You
is
think
gonna be
Bama
one of
gonna
those.
take it on Oklahoma?
I think so. I think it's gonna be, it's gonna be a defensive game. Both of these teams are gonna, they both have good defenses. It's gonna be a defensive battle, so it's not gonna be too much high flying. It's not gonna be too much scoring in this game. It's gonna be one of those real defensive type games that I feel like Alabama with the experience, um, they're gonna come out
Might have the
winning.
advantage.
Yeah, they'll come
Yeah.
out winning. I think they're gonna come out winning this game. Um, just with their experience, even though they got a different coach, but I think just Bama on football, man. Bama playoff football. What more can you say, man? This
Exactly.
team, this is what they're accustomed to, and I think that's gonna play a big part in this game. Oklahoma's good
Right.
too. Don't get me wrong; they're a good team too. They don't allow too many points as well. They're a great team, but they don't. They have a problem scoring. They scoring is a problem. And I
Right.
think with Bama not being able to score as much, I think that's where Bama's gonna
And
have
they're
that.
having problems scoring too. Exactly. Right.
Yeah, so Bama got a better scoring team than Oklahoma. So I think
Okay.
that's gonna be the difference in this game. I think Bama's is gonna have a little more in the tank than Oklahoma, and I think they're gonna come out in the end, come out winners in the end. So
Did
that's gonna set it off Friday.
shout out to everybody, man, in YouTube, man. Shout out to everybody in Facebook and Twitch streaming platforms, man. Thanks for coming through. Please hit the like, subscribe button. Please hit those thumbs up buttons, man, and share it with your peoples. This is the Regular Sports Guys, hosted by Team Parlay with us. We try to bring it to you live, regardless, man, every time. This is not a scripted show. Um, yeah, I'm not on good camera. I'm driving in my car, but we're gonna bring y'all that news. We're gonna bring y'all that sports vibe. We're gonna bring y'all that talk and let y'all know what's going on out there in the sports, in football and basketball and stuff. So, yeah, thanks for Cook holding it down by himself, even though he had a technical difficulty going on.
Yeah,
We
all my
appreciate it.
listeners,
Yeah,
yeah, my bad about that in the beginning. I mean, hey,
Hey,
You know,
but
you guys
no,
can forward it.
we
You
gotta
guys can forward
we
it.
still do it, man.
You'll hear the, you know, my audio comes in after, I don't know, the 10-minute mark, but you know, my bad with that one. My bad with that one.
Yeah,
But you know, this it won't happen again. You know, we'll make sure we're on point. And I was just so anxious to get on, and you know, I didn't check all the, you
yeah.
know, all the
Cook was ready
details,
to
you know,
cook.
before we went
Cook,
live.
you
So,
I ain't gonna lie, you was ready to do a one man show. You look like you was ready, like
oh man,
Freddie, to do
I,
a one man show today.
oh man, I was gonna let it go, man. I was gonna let it go. I even was playing.
I
I
know,
played some
I know. I
music.
could tell. I seen the vibe. That's why I was like, damn,
I
I
was
gotta
about to
let
get
this dude
busy,
know the mic's muted. But yeah.
right?
So
But you
yo,
know,
what else you got on the plate, man? You're running the show today because I'm obviously driving and just trying to be a
no
control.
doubt,
What
no
else is
doubt,
on the plate
man.
today?
No doubt, man. But yeah, you know, so you know, that's tomorrow. You know, we got Bama because we kind of gonna cruise a little bit too, because you know we got, you know, the football game tonight, and I know, you know, everybody's gonna try to catch that game. But I already, oh yeah, and you know, to all my viewers out there, let me
Yeah, you got to do your thing.
yeah, I gotta make this happen because
That time is ticking.
that time is ticking. So yeah, with that being said,
Yeah,
that's right, man. Stony
bring
Sports
that
Book,
money.
man, no doubt,
The st-
no
the
doubt.
Stony Sports Book, bringing y'all that those gems weekly to put that cash in that hand, man, and have that stuff falling from the sky, man. Take those gems. You know, Sony's always bringing you like, not every week is a perfect week, but man, this is what you say. Just a suggestion, and sometimes we give you good suggestions, man. So yeah, Stony, man, you go ahead, man. Take it off. Take it. Hit it.
Yes, sir.
You
Yes, sir.
got it.
Yeah, man. And you know, it's you know, it's about putting you guys in the right spot. You know, we're trying to get you good information. You know, I'm giving you picks from my perspective, and like I tell everybody,
There you go.
keep your units the same. And what I mean by that, whatever you put down on bets, just keep it the same. You know, we don't got to. I mean, if we get on a hot streak and your bankroll builds up, yeah, you can do a little more than what you normally do. But for the most part, you know, you keep your units the same, and you know, we're just gonna keep a steady flow. So that's what we're doing. We just here to put you guys in the right spot. We ain't professionals here. We let it be clear, we ain't professionals, but we giving you picks from our
There
perspective,
you go.
our observations, what we think and what we like. So you know, and like you know, like I was saying earlier, I know I mean, well, I was muted, so you guys fighting here, but we taking Seattle tonight. We taking Seattle tonight, man. I like Seattle. We got Seattle minus 1.5 against the Rams. That's basically a pick 'em. You know, I mean, they do that. Sometimes
Mhm.
games do end that way. Don't get me wrong. Sometimes you know they could win by one. That better lose because it's minus 1.5. So it can happen. You know, but I feel good about this game. They're gonna win by a much larger margin than that. I see them winning by definitely by more than 3 points, three or more points, field goal and more. I feel the Seahawks are gonna that's gonna be their margin of victory tonight.
I got you.
The Seahawks lost their first meeting with the Rams. So this is like a revenge spot. They're at home. The Rams are missing their number one red zone target and Devontae Adams. So that's going to be a challenge for Stafford. That's his guy. So he's going to have to look for those targets elsewhere if he gets to the red zone. So that little advantage is enough for me to take the Seahawks. So we're going to take the Seahawks tonight minus 1.5. And my other bet that I really like is Saturday's game. We're taking the Bears. Let me see what the same thing. The Bears are minus 1.5 at home against the Packers. Same situation. They lost the first matchup against Green Bay. They're at home, revenge spot, and Green Bay also has injuries that I feel like is going to play to the Bears' advantage. And Parsons
Right.
out with the ACL. Watson, he's day to day, but he's not going to be that guy. You know that he's not going to come back from that injury that quick. And if he does, he's not going to be 100%. So I like the Bears.
Right.
I like the Bears on Saturday. We're gonna take the Bears -1.5. So we got the Bears -1.5, and we have the Seattle Seahawks -1.5 tonight against the Packers. Against the Rams. How about that? So let's get this money.
Let's get it. Let's get it. Thanks, Tony. You know what I mean? We are not professionals. We are not professional bettors. This is amateur betting and sports picks. This is based on our view of things, on our point of view. So yeah, Stoney, man, thanks for giving us those little gems, man. We appreciate it. And we'll see you on Sunday with some more of the gems. So what else we got going on?
Yes, sir. Yeah, you know,
give yourself a round of applause. Find that round of applause.
Oh, no doubt, no doubt.
Some cheers and a round of applause for dropping those picks, man.
Yeah,
Can't forget about that.
Yeah,
that's what these sound effects do, you know.
Yeah, we definitely gotta, you know.
There you go.
We definitely gotta, you know, pay homage to, you know, to those guys that are getting the information for you guys. You know, putting you guys in the right spot, because sometimes you look at a game and you don't know what angle, what people are thinking, and you know, it's always good to hear from somebody who does this, not so much for a living, but I've been doing it for a long time, and you know, I get great insight, get great information, so you know that's all we can ask for. But yeah, man, you know, going on to Saturday's games, you know, that I was mentioning earlier, the first game is going to be Miami versus Texas A&M. That's going to be a good game, man. That's another good game, man. You got two teams that are similar defensively and offensively. Texas A&M, they do have a home field advantage because that stadium they play in. Let me see what the name of that stadium. But that I hear a lot of things about that.
It's called College Station, Texas, right?
Kyle Field. College Station.
Okay.
Yep. Kyle Field, College Station. Just like you're right. You're right. Absolutely. That is definitely a hostile environment, you know, for a visiting team to come in. And yeah, they got that advantage. Texas A&M. I'm leaning that way. I'm leaning towards Texas A&M, you know, but it's not an official play for me. But that's going to be a great game, man. The Hurricanes, there was a lot of controversy behind them making it instead of Notre Dame. Right. You know, it was a big rift when the playoffs were set, when they set up the playoff brackets and all that, and they left Notre Dame out. It was Miami that took their spot. I think it was Miami, it was Miami. Miami took their spot.
Yep.
So they're gonna have to come out and represent and let everybody know that they picking them wasn't wrong. You know, they deserve to be there.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah, it's gonna be. I mean, you know, I think Notre Dame had a good season, but based on the strength of schedule, we had a conversation about that last week.
Yep.
We could see where they probably wouldn't have made it, but they're in a shit show. They're in the uproar behind it, and you know, rightfully so. You know, I mean, you know, they feel as though they had a good winning record. They feel as though they should have been able to be inside of that conversation for the college football playoff. You know what I mean? At least one of the teams in there. But, you know, it is what it is sometimes. I think they'll lick their wounds. They'll come back. I think right now they're going to be going through some little war words and some beefings going on between them and the selection committee and the NCAA. But Notre Dame will figure it out. I think so. You know what I mean? They're a story. They're a friend, even though they don't have a what is that? They don't have a conference that they belong to. They don't belong to a conference.
Right. And that's the big thing. You know, that's what people are saying they may need to do. They may need to.
But they've been calling their shots. They've been calling their shots on their own for all this time without being in a conference. They might feel as though they don't need a conference. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's been a long time, you know, but hey, they just gonna have to come correct. You know, next season. I mean, you know, they're gonna have to do better than starting off. I think they started off 0-3, if I'm not mistaken. I think they was off to a slow start. Then they went on a 10-game win streak. They
Right.
won it out. They won out. So they felt like that was enough for them to, you know, to make that playoff bracket. So, but it wasn't. You know, they chose Miami, and you know, a lot of people was looking at that. Hey, they need to join the conference, but yeah, you know, they just gotta do a better job next season, man, and not start off slow. You know, they're gonna have to come out the gate on fire. And
Right.
you know, I think had those losses came maybe in the middle of the season, it might have helped them, believe it or not. You know, but I don't know. I can't look. I don't know. Yeah, the strength of schedule, no doubt, but I looked at the Owen. I believe it was 0-2. No, 0-2. They went 0-2 because they finished 11-2.
Right.
No, they finished 10-2. 10-2. They lost. They started 0-2 and then they won 10 in a row. That's what happened. So
Okay.
had those losses came later, and you know, maybe they would have got in. Who knows, you know? But that
And
0-2
there's
start
maybe and the
still out of
who
here.
they lost to is a big thing too.
Right. I don't know who those first two losses were. I mean, they wasn't let me see. I'm interested to know what happened with the. Let me see what yeah, I got them right here. Yeah, so see, now I see. They lost to Miami, and they lost to Texas A&M. They lost to the two teams that are playing each other.
So
So
they
had
lost
they
to they lost
good
to
teams.
some good teams. Yeah,
So
yeah.
had they won those, had they won those two games and say they would have lost to, I'm looking at it, say they would have lost to, I'll say the NC State and USC, they would have gotten in. They would have gotten in over Miami because they beat Miami, they beat Texas A&M. They would have been on a little win streak, and if they would have lost after that, they would have gotten in. That's what happened to them. Them losing to those two teams out the gate, that automatically eliminated them.
Eliminated them.
Yes.
And that probably happened because of the down the stretch. Yeah, you're right. The type of teams that, yeah, I feel bad for
Yeah.
them, but it is
Yeah.
what it is,
Yeah.
man. Sometimes that's the way it is, man. Sometimes you
Yeah. You
make it, and
gotta,
sometimes you know what I mean.
you gotta come correct, man. You know, I
Yeah.
mean,
That's how important them games are.
exactly.
You know,
Exactly.
that's how important those games are. Those games mean every game means something. That's why the
Yes.
Bamas of the world, when Nick Saban was running things, they got the Bamas of the world. They were you know, they couldn't go less than 12 and you know what I mean?
No,
Ooh,
I mean, they stayed undefeated, but there was a stretch where they would lose one game. But that they, you know, back, you got to remember back then it was much harder because the first playoff format was just 4 teams. Before the 4
right.
teams, it was just the top 2 teams, the top beat, and a lot of time those teams were undefeated. Either both of the teams were undefeated, or one of those teams had one loss, but that one loss was like against a high-ranking team. You
Right.
know, so before the playoff format, it was, oh man, it was really tough. But that's why you got to appreciate Bama and Nick Saban and them boys, because during them years he was getting busy. You know, he was doing his
Oh
thing
yeah, hell
when it
yeah.
was really hard to win the championship. He was out there doing his thing.
Doing
So
his thing.
the first playoff format was 4 teams. It was a 4-team playoff format, you know, before it went to 12 now. Now it's 12, but it used to be 4. So when they have 4, yeah, there was teams there with 1 losses, you know, but you couldn't really, I don't think, not with 2 losses, you was out. You wasn't going to get in with 2 losses.
Oh yeah, 2 losses
You
even
was
back
only able
then
to
too.
have like 1 loss. When it was a 14 playoff, it was only like one loss, you was only able to really have to qualify for that playoff, especially if you was a high ranking team. So
Right.
now, look, Bama got 3 losses in the end. But
Yeah.
it's the strength of schedule. It's the teams that they beat. It's not so much how many losses they got. They're looking at the teams that they beat. And they beat a lot of
Right.
high ranking teams. The SEC that's a tough
That's a tough.
conference.
That conference is the toughest conference
Yes.
in college football. There's
Hell
nothing
yeah.
better. There's not. That's why they brag the SEC. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's why they brag that. There's nothing. There's nothing better than the SEC. Listen,
Exactly.
sometimes to the Dutch, sometimes but that being said, it hurts. I won't say it hurts college football, but it does because those smaller conferences like the what's that the not the Big Ten, but the Mountain Conference, not the out west. That's out west, right?
Yeah, you got the
Some of
Mountain
them like
West. You got
with
the
Oregon. Yeah,
Oregon is
they don't get
the Big
look
12.
at the ACC. Look what happened. ACC, the Big Ten. These conferences are not even big time conferences no more, and they used to be.
Right. Yeah.
These used to be top of the line conferences. Now these conferences is taking the back seat to the SEC. It's been
Yeah, you
like
got the
that for
Big 12.
years.
The Big 12 is nothing nice either.
The
The
Big
Big
12.
12 that's another
Right.
tough conference. Big 12, they got, Texas, right? Texas Tech. No. Yeah, Texas Tech, BYU, TCU. I could have sworn Texas was in that conference. So that's the Big 12. So the Big 12, the Big
Yeah,
10.
because I don't think is Texas in the AC in the SEC. I don't think so. I
Nah,
think
they're
they
not in
might
the
be.
ACC. Nah, hell no. Where the hell is
Not
Texas?
in the ACC. No, no, not in the ACC. I'm saying the SEC. They might be in Texas. It might be in the SEC. The Longhorns. I think so.
The SEC? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes. Yeah. Oh shit.
they are.
Yeah. So look, the
Yeah.
SEC, you got Texas, Oklahoma, Bama, A&M, Ole Miss, Georgia, Tennessee, LSU, Florida. My God, man, it's like there's no there's no rest area. Like there's no there's no
Oh,
no weak team in that division. Like everybody got strength
it's
in
good.
that division.
Everybody's good in that division.
Yeah, man. That is the toughest division,
It's the
no doubt.
toughest division. They've been putting it out for how long now? For years. For years now.
But
That
the big let me see the Big 10 is there, but the Big 12 is right behind them. The Big 12 to me is like right behind it because the Big 12 you got Texas Tech, BYU, Utah, Iowa State, Kansas State, TCU, Baylor, Oklahoma State. These teams. That's nothing to sneeze at either.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
So wow, they extended Jacoby Myers. Check them out, man. Jags extended Jacoby Myers 3 years. They gave him like 40 million guaranteed.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, they guaranteed him. Yeah, man. Yo, Jacoby Myers, man. Listen, he's putting in work in
The
Jacksonville.
Jags extended him just now?
They extended him. Yeah, they gave him 3-year extension. They gave him 40 million guaranteed. Look, he's been getting busy in Jacksonville. People haven't been noticing, because he's not in that market. Yo, but he's doing his thing, man. He's doing his thing,
Mm-hmm.
man. He found it be like that. He found a system that works for him. He's a good
Right.
receiver. He deserves it, man. He's reliable. Look at that. Yeah, 3 years, 60 million extension that includes 40 million guaranteed. So they guaranteeing him 40 million in that 20, he could get that in bonuses. That's a good hit for him, man. That is good, man.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a good hit, man. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so I mean, I'm still talking about Saturday's game.
Yeah,
Then
let's keep it going. I'm good.
we have Tulane.
I'm not in this. I'm on my phone. We're gonna do it from here, but it's cool. Let's keep going.
We have Tulane at Ole Miss. Ole Miss should get in that ass, but they thinking Tulane is gonna hang around and make it a game or stay within that number because Ole Miss is favored by 17 and a half. So, Tulane's one of those teams, one of those lower grade teams that made the playoffs. They made it because they record and they qualified. But they're one of those lower grade schools that's gonna get smoked by one of these what they call 5-star programs.
Mm-hmm.
Ole Miss to get in that ass, but they thinking Tulane might stay within that number. But I don't know how these games. I'm gonna wait till Saturday, see how I'm gonna attack it. But for those listening, take Bama. That's one of my favorite plays as far as the college playoffs so far. I like Bama all day. I'm taking Bama all day. Texas A&M. I like Texas A&M lean, but it's not an official play yet. Then we have James Madison at Oregon.
Mm.
Oregon favored by 20 and a half. That's another one, man. Like it's Oregon or nothing for me. I mean, I think Oregon, what they do is they stay on that neck, man. Oregon be staying on that neck, man. Like there's just no breathing room, and like you just run out of energy in the end. Like they just wear teams out, and then the for 3 quarters it'll be, I don't know, 20-10, 20-13, and then you change the channel and you go back. It's like in the fourth quarter, it's like 40-13, and that's what Oregon does.
Mm-hmm.
They lean on you, man, and and then in the end, they just pull away, and I think that's what's gonna happen here. With James Madison, they can score, but I don't think they're gonna have that same luck with Oregon. I think Oregon's gonna suffocate them, and that's gonna be a quick out for them, man. But I would take Oregon. I'll lay that 20 and a half. There's no other way I'm looking at that. So no other way I would look at that game.
Right.
Yeah. So that pretty much yeah, that ends that pretty much ends that first round.
Mm-hmm.
As far as the playoff teams is concerned, because there's bowl games in between these playoff games, but that's the last playoff matchup for the first round. So once this weekend's over, the winners go on to play. The other teams on a bye. Texas Tech, Ohio State, Indiana. So you got Texas Tech, Indiana, Ohio State, and I'm gonna tell you right now who else is on a bye. Indiana, Georgia.
Oh,
Georgia.
Georgia's on the bye for the first round.
Yeah, because the top 4 teams on a bye,
Okay.
right? So you got the other 8 teams playing, and then Indiana, Georgia, Ohio State, Texas Tech, they're on a bye waiting for the winners of those games. So that round's gonna be good too. That round's gonna be good, man. Let me tell you.
My fault, man. I keep getting interrupted with.
Nah, it's cool. But yeah, that rounds out the first playoffs, the first round. And then that's pretty much for the college playoffs. There's a couple of good games. Like look, Alabama, Oklahoma is gonna be good. A&M and UM is gonna be good. And after that, everything else should be blowouts. So those two matchups are gonna be, to me, the best 2 games of the first round. And then we're gonna go into Sunday. Sunday, it looked like we lost Beans. Yeah, we lost Beans. But yeah, we're gonna keep it moving here. There you are. I thought we lost you for a little bit.
Nah, yeah, man. I hate when these phone calls come through when I'm on. I hate. That's why I don't like to do these things with your phone.
You gotta put your phone on sleep.
Yeah, I got to do something. I didn't even do it. I should have put it on sleep, but that's all right, man. My
Yeah,
dad keeps calling. You know how that goes. So.
yeah. No, it's all good. Yeah, we about to fly out of here. We got a couple of games we're gonna go over for Sunday that we could we spoke about the Bears and Packers.
Yep.
Um,
Another
yo,
good game. See, I can't even open the slate right now. I
yeah,
don't
yeah.
even
No,
have
I
the
got it.
iPad in front of me. I'm
So
kind of winging it, man. I'm sorry, guys, but I apologize for the wishy-washy type of thing going on today. But yeah,
Yeah,
um,
this week is kind of light, man. Like a lot of good games are like on Saturday. The Bears Packers on Saturday. You got tonight's game. Those are the top two games of this week. And then Sunday, it gets a little light, as far as matchups concerned. You got a lot of scrubs playing each other, we got the Patriots at Ravens. That's gonna be
that's a good game.
Sunday night. That's gonna be a good
That's
game. That's
that's a
Sunday
good game.
night.
Mm-hmm.
That's Sunday night, man. And look, man, I hate to say it. Patriots might be on a 2-game losing streak, bro. But they'll still be all right. But it's just gonna make that division race a lot more interesting. The good thing is that's the last quality team we're gonna play, because after them, we play the Jets and we play the Dolphins. So
Okay.
it's just gonna make that divisional battle a little more interesting. But the thing is, man, Baltimore presents the same threat that the Bills presented for the Patriots. Same exact threat. They got
Right.
the running game. They got their running game in Lamar and Henry. They can stop the run. They got a good run defense, and their secondary is not bad either. But they pose the same threat, the same exact threat. And I think unless the Patriots make adjustments, they're gonna run into some problems in Baltimore, man. So I don't feel too good about the
I
Patriots
think
in
Baltimore's really ready.
Baltimore.
I think they come into play. I think Baltimore's.
Oh no,
I
they
think
they got to win. Look, Pittsburgh's been winning. They got to win. They got to stay on that ass, because they're in a crash course against Pittsburgh, and I think that game is gonna be for the division. So they got to keep up too, So and at home, so it's gonna be a tough game for the Pats. But look, hey, that's why they won all those games, just in case they run into situations like this. If they lose, they'll still be all right.
right.
So, yeah, man, we're gonna have to see, how they come out against Baltimore, but I don't feel too good about it, And it's a
Right.
night game too, so it's
Hey, it's gonna be a test, man, for the Patriots. All I can say, this is a test. Baltimore's gonna come with some. They're gonna come ready to play. They want to make. They basically. I mean, even though Lamar might be playing a little dinged up and hurt, but they still gonna want to come out here and take care of business and get into the playoffs.
yeah, no
So
doubt,
I see Baltimore as a real threat.
no
I
doubt.
see the Patriots, like you're saying. I hope they don't, fall asleep. I hope this is not a situation where they, you know, they are who you said they are. That type of, you know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like, that. Remember that phrase? You know what I mean?
yeah, they are who we thought they were.
Exactly. They are who we thought they was. So I don't want that to be a situation for the Patriots where they start falling apart towards the end of the season. Um, but we'll see.
Yeah,
And like
well,
you said, after this weekend here with some of these games this weekend, we're gonna see more of a real breakdown of what the playoffs outlook gonna look like. You know what I mean? So yeah, man.
yeah, no
It's
doubt.
going
It's gonna be interesting, but I like where we're at, though. You know what I mean? I like where we're at because look, we're 11-3, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think we need to win like one more game to clinch the division.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no way that we're gonna lose to the Jets and the Dolphins. That's not
I
gonna
don't
happen.
think so.
That's not gonna happen. We got the Jets. Let me see.
I really don't think they're gonna lose to the Jets and the Dolphins, but
We're at the Jets and we got the Dolphins here at home.
yep.
The Dolphins, they mailed it in. They packed it in. I don't know if you heard Tua. He's benched. He got benched. One.
Mm-mm.
And yeah, he's benched. They benching him. They benching Tua. And they don't play good in the cold. The Dolphins, that team, that they don't play good in the cold. So, and the Jets too. The Jets, they down to their third string quarterback as
Quarterback.
well.
Right.
They both mailed it in.
Yeah.
So we need to
Yeah.
go in there and my
Just
whole
take
thing is,
care of
look,
business. Yeah. Yeah.
don't come out healthy. Come out healthy. That's my thing. When good teams go up against these scrubs that are like out of the playoffs and they mail it in, when you go up, the main thing is to come out of that game healthy. Let's not have no major injuries. So they go up by a good margin. Get all your starters out of there. That's my thing. We just got to come out healthy. We got to come out of these games healthy. That's my main thing. With these last two games. But yeah, so yeah. Besides that matchup, this week it's a week for week. it's just a bad week for football. This Sunday, it's just not too many good games on Sunday. It's like a bad slate of games on Sunday. After the Patriots, Ravens, Jaguars, and Broncos. That's the next. Oh yeah, I see a couple Jaguars and Broncos, and then the Steelers and Lions. After that, it's just it's nothing there after that. Yes, sir. Yeah. I
Yeah.
was saying like it's a bad slate of games on Sunday, but I found two that's pretty good. The Jaguars at the Broncos, that should be a good game, and then the Steelers at Lions.
Mm-hmm.
After that, man, it's a drop off. After that, man, it's just a bunch of like
Yeah, that still is
Ravens.
that lines is crazy too, though.
It's that's gonna be a good game. Like I said, the Ravens they're on a collision course. Let me see let me see the Ravens schedule. Let me see when do they play look at that. So the Ravens last two games is against the Packers, and guess who they play in the last game of the year? The Steelers.
The Steelers.
So they're on a collision course, and I have a feeling that game against the Steelers. Let me see. It's gonna be It's gonna be at Pittsburgh. Let me tell you something. I got a feeling that game, the last game of the year, is going to be for the division. I could almost certainly predict that game is going to be for the division. That whoever wins that game wins the division. They make it to the playoffs. Whoever loses, they go home. And I think that may decide the fate of Tomlin, and also that may decide the fate of Harbaugh. As much as I hate to say, I'm telling you, those two coaches, it may decide their fate.
That's true.
Especially
but you're right. Especially
it's not,
Tomlin.
But man, both of them. Think about it. Both of them, they haven't done nothing. Look, they both won one championship. Both of them, one championship, right? Yep.
Yeah.
They both won one championship, and both of them haven't won a playoff game in a long time. They both on playoff jobs. Remember, Lamar's been losing playoff games like crazy. He's been horrible in the playoffs, getting upset, all kinds of shit. Titans, to name a few teams that upset them. They lost last year.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing with the Steelers. They've been one and done in the playoffs for the last, 6-7 years. Both of them.
Mm-hmm.
So here we are.
Both coaches on the hot seat. You're right about that.
It could happen. Who knows? A lot of people say these coaches got lifetime contracts that they'll leave on their own, but I don't think so. I think that that well's drying up. You know, I
Right.
really do. I think that well's drying up, man. So, you know, I think the loser, it might be it for them. You know, especially the ownership thinking they're gonna go, they need to go in a different direction. And the Steelers, in terms of their coach, they're like right there in the average, like because you know they only had what 3 coaches in history, so he's right on that average of all these coaches that left for the Steelers. They all left around this time after I don't know what
How
16,
long he been
17
there?
years,
Huh?
about 16, 17 years
Yeah, he been there for a minute. He's the oldest tenured coach right now, the
in the
longest
league right now.
tenured coach.
Yeah, but the Steelers coach, the Steelers past coaches, they've been leaving on that average. They've been leaving the Steelers after that amount of time, about
Right.
16, 17 years, you know?
Right.
So
That's a lifetime and a half in
yeah,
football.
and that's the beautiful thing, man. That's loyalty, man. That's
And that's
loyalty.
Tomlin,
And
and it might be good for Tomlin too. Take a little rest
yeah,
and
take it easy.
a little rest and come back and go coach another team and do it all. I could see him coaching somewhere else.
Yeah, same here. Yeah, I could see him. I could see him coaching somewhere else.
Tomlin can definitely. I could see Tomlin coaching somewhere else. I know Harbaugh. That's the whole thing. People are probably going to say, Harbaugh had Lamar, and he got this dynamic quarterback, and he ain't been able to scratch the surface of getting to the second round with them. Pat Mahomes took that over for the past 5, 6 years, been crushing them. You know what I mean? And then the league is even getting better. And then now you got young boys like May and them coming into the game, and Bo Nix and these guys and stuff like that. So it's putting Lamar in that whole situation on notice that they window is closing.
Yes,
Their
yes,
window's closing. You know what I
yes, it is.
mean? Like the Dak Prescotts of the world and all these guys, those windows are starting to get a little tighter because not saying that they won't, but if they don't, if things don't change quick, they might that championship might elude them.
Yes, I
You know what
agree.
I mean?
I agree. So
I'm telling you. Why you think you don't think what's his name? Burrow ain't scratching his head like yo. Not to
oh
say
yeah,
the league, but he know he don't want it to. He was right there.
yeah,
He was right there. Allen, right there. Yeah, Pat Mahomes got y'all, took care of business for y'all for the past 6, 7 years, but they were right there.
right,
So they
right.
know both of them, all these quarterbacks that's been hot for the past 4 or 5 years know, yo, if we don't get this now, they got some young boys coming out and they bringing it. You know what I mean? Pause. They bringing they ain't playing around either.
Exactly.
It's the day of the young quarterback winning all 5 and 6, 7, 8, 9 years down the road is over.
Yep,
These dudes is trying to win year 1 and 2.
yep. Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
You know what I mean? You think
So
Drake May ain't? You don't think the Patriots is thinking like go all in now? You think they ain't trying to go all in? They
yeah, they
should be going. Where they should be going all in. If they had the receivers, trust me, you'll know they'd be going all in. They know they just don't have the receivers. I even hear some of the talk right now is about you know Stephon Diggs not happy about the way the offense is rolling and things like that, and not getting the ball. And we don't want that to start to happen because that's going to slow the momentum of the team gelling. You know what I mean? And that before that happens, you know what they're going to do? They'll send him packing.
oh yeah, but you know some I mean I think this might be his last year though. I don't think
Mm,
I mean he may not come back depending on the moves that the Patriots make, you know.
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I don't think that they may move on from him. I think this year is gonna say a lot. We're what they call it. We're playing with the house's money right now. You know, we're playing with the house's money, and believe it or not, um, we win a playoff matchup. Say we win a playoff game, we win we win a playoff game, and then we lose in the second round, or even lose in the championship. It was a successful year for us.
True.
It was a successful year, and what they're gonna do is they're gonna reevaluate, and I think that's when they're gonna go strong because it's set up that way. We got so much money. This after this off season, they're gonna have so much money to spend. You gotta remember they didn't do much at the trading deadline, and they didn't do too much in free agency. They did some things, but they didn't do that much. They got money to spend.
Right.
So they're gonna ride this shit all the way. That's why it's it's so interesting how they didn't make a move at the trade deadline. You notice they didn't force their hand. They kept their draft picks. They was
Right.
patient. They tried. I heard they tried, but they tried to make a trade with Tennessee, and Tennessee wanted no parts of Rabel. They didn't want no part. They didn't care what he had to say. They didn't want no parts of him because I think they was trying to get that receiver that they got over there. I forgot that receiver. He's been
Judy?
not Judy, the other guy that he was out for a year because he was on some other shit. Let me find out. But anyway, they was trying to get their receiver over there. I'm gonna tell you right now who it is. Because this guy, I wanted this guy, but he turned out to be trash. So it's kind of good that we didn't get him. But they was trying to go for a receiver, and Calvin Ridley.
Really?
Calvin Ridley. They were trying to get Calvin Ridley, and they didn't even talk. They wanted no business with him, and they went after what they wanted. And once they didn't get it, they didn't force it. They wasn't desperate. They didn't, force their hands. They said, all right, cool. Kept it moving. This is what we're running with. So what's gonna happen is they're gonna ride this thing out. They're gonna ride this thing out. I mean, I don't think we're gonna win the Super Bowl, but don't quote me, man. I wouldn't just flat out say that, but I feel like we're still missing something. There's something missing. I don't see a Super Bowl caliber team in the Patriots, and we saw that last week. When we needed that drive to win the game,
we didn't get it.
You saw right. You saw the holes. You saw the inconsistencies, which is we need that. We need that because time and time again with Brady, man, that's what it came down to. A game-winning drive. We had to get a score late. That's playoff football, man. You have to. You got to make those moments,
and that's championship football. Those are that's what makes
exactly championship playoff football. You got to come through in those situations. So once we get through all of this, say we come up short, right? Say we come up short. I think that's when they're gonna go all in, but they're not gonna go all in a crazy way. They're gonna go all in a way where we're gonna bring good players in. If it means that we're gonna have to let go Diggs because Diggs may not want to stay on his current financial terms, he might go. But if he's willing to just stay here and take if it's a pay cut, or he's gonna have to do something with his contract. If he's willing to stay no matter what, he don't care what, then he'll stay. That's what it's gonna come down to. But I think that I would want him to stay. I feel like we need a guy like him as well as young guys to come in and have that nucleus of wide receivers. Our running game's intact. I don't know. We may do something with Ramondo. I don't know. But my whole point is the Patriots, they're playing with house's money. They're in a no-lose situation right now. I think they exceeded their expectations. They number one in the division. They was number one in the damn conference at one point. So we exceeded that. And they're gonna ride it out, and then off season,
see what happened on the
all in. We're gonna go all in off season.
Yeah, we'll see what we can ride it out, what we get out of it, and then next year they got to build off of it. That's my thing, especially on the receiver side, especially on that side, they got to build off of that. But yeah, man. So
yes, sir.
It was a thanks for
man, it was a good show, man.
Thanks for holding it down, man. I know it was a little topsy turvy with me driving and the whole nine, and it wasn't fluid as it usually is. But we'll see each other on Sunday, and we'll put together another good show. You
Yes,
know, it
sir.
is live, man. It's unscripted, man. People got to remember these shows with the regular sports guys is it's live, man. Like this is it's not scripted. It's not put together like, hey, man, we just hit record. That's it. We just get home and we hit record and hit play, hit go, and it's live.
It's go time.
It's go time. So
That's it.
who's
It's
ready and who's not ready? Yeah, man, you pull up
go
the rear,
time.
you come through pause, but you join in when you can. And look, I was like, yo, I can't let my man sit on this one by himself. Let me try to get in. So I got in, through the car, through the mobile, and yeah, we finished up the show and we got it done. And you took care of business running the show today, and I appreciate it. So shout out to Team Parlay with us and the regular sports guys. We'll see you guys on Sunday.
Yes, sir. See you Sunday.
All right, we out. Peace.
Yeah, God, to make moves. Doobie don't snooze. It's on your back, cause they hate you. Dog break through, sun get through.